Well, joining us now is Shelly Calcagno. She's the Director of Family Ministries at Compass Point Bible Church next door to us here at Crossroads. Shelly is also a contributing blogger for the Everyday Life channel on our new Crossroads360.com website. The focus of her blog is on parenting and family life. She has also worked with us on other projects like God Rocks and the kids' curriculum that goes with it. She's even authored her own children's book called Tini's Tangles. Shelly, thank you for dropping by, and thank you for being part of what we're doing here. It's great.
Thanks for having me, and it's been exciting to be involved with Crossroads 360 and just being able to be a voice there and hopefully encourage families and parents.
And a lot of color on that site, thanks to you. I want to try some of those crafts.
Yes, lots of fun stuff that you can do with your kids these days.
Now, why has ministry to family and children been such a focus of your life?
From a really young age, I was very involved in my church, and from a young age as well, I knew that I wanted to be in ministry, and I just have always loved working with children, so I just really gravitated towards that. And so I've just had, I feel like, the best job ever getting to help kids and families grow in their faith. It's been really exciting, and I just love it.
Let me just brag on her a little bit, because I go to Compass Point behind here, and the main event at that church is downstairs every Sunday. Over 200 children?
Yeah, give or take.
And it's so organized, and they're doing so many fun and wonderful things. It's like the CNE down there, really.
And I'm glad we're able to translate some of that excitement onto Crossroads360.com. When you go to the site, if you haven't been to it lately, you would trust that you'd visit it often. Great resources for you. There's a channel called Everyday Life. And there's not only interviews from 100 Huntley Street, like with a Dr. Kevin Lehman or guests like that, but there are specific instructional things for parents that are just on the website. And then, of course, there's the Kids Space channel, which is the children's channel, various productions there that have been done through the years by Crossroads. You'll enjoy that very much. You just sit your children down and learn God's Word in a very entertaining way. There's crafts and things there, and you're helping out with that as well as a blog for parents as a resource. And one of the things that that is on there, as I mentioned, are some just teaching and some understanding about family and practical things like sitting down and helping your children and reading to them. Here's a video sample that's on the Everyday Life channel that where we went down and talked to some local people who are encouraging this literacy with kids.
I get plenty of rest.
Literacy is so much more than just reading and writing and recognizing numbers. Literacy is understanding, and it's comprehension. It's making predictions, inferencing, and making those connections text to self and text to world, and it allows us to just have an easier function in our everyday life. So when parents do not involve themselves in their children's learning, it hinders their literacy abilities. Research shows that when parents are involved at home, even just simple things like asking how their day was, what they were learning, it improves their child's ability at school.
So that's the kind of resources you will find there at Crossroads360.com. Look for the Everyday Life channel, but don't forget the Kids Space channel. Lots of great stuff for kids.
Now, this is very important, because those of you who watch regularly have heard me talk about the Princess Tea. And for some years, I was the blessing godmother at the Princess Tea, which started 5 years ago, Shelly,
yes.
With 200 little girls and their parents, grandparents. Last year, how many, Shelly?
We had 600 at 2 sittings.
600, 2 sittings.
That's so
this
cool.
is a woman who understands what makes little people tick. And wow, you are now published, Shelly, with Tini's Tangles. I know the inspiration for this is another little girl you know very well who really doesn't like having her hair brushed.
Yes.
And that would be?
That would be my daughter, Hannah, who is 11. And I based this story on her when she was little. Her hair kind of grew out. And so in the book, I call it rickety, rackety hairbrush drama. So we had a lot of that in our life. So I based the story on her.
Todd Nielsen of the God Rocks has done the artwork here. And I love, I guess this is really in vogue, the combination of photographs, this table, and cupcakes, and cartoon. And it really is a takeaway on obeying mom in a sweet, wonderful way.
It's on our e-store.
Yeah, close by giving a challenge to the parents. Just a few moments.
I think the greatest thing that parents can do is just to really invest in their kids, spend time with them. Just when you're with them, be with them with all that you have, and just enjoy the time that you have with your families.